After Effects. In this video I'm going to show you how to make an infographic introduction. This will be the first part of many videos on how to make an infographics. So, here we go. First you want your text layers, so I've chosen prescription drug abuse, so prescription drug abuse and infographics, and you want a medium solid at the back. Make sure your medium solid covers the whole of the canvas. So what you can do is you can press Ctrl Alt F to fit that to the canvas. Okay, you then want to go to toggle switch mode and make sure all of your layers are 3D, so make sure they've got the cube in them. Go back, select maybe your infographic layer, go to the pan behind tool and move the anchor point down there off the screen, and for drug abuse move it over to the right of the screen, and I'll show you where mine are, as you can see there at the side. And for prescription you want that moved up at the top off the canvas. Okay, what you now need to do is you need to right click new, and you want to create an adjustment layer, and we need to rename that as Control 1, like so. We then need to go to Effect, we need to go to Expression Controls, and we need to add a slider control. What we now do is we hit R on Infographics, and we alt click on the X rotation tool, and what you'll see is you'll see this little pick whip tool, the spiral, and have the Control 1 layer selected, hold and drag the spiral tool up to the slider at the top, like so. Actually, before you do that, you actually need to go to the slider control, alt click on the slider control, and where it says Effect, Slider Control, you need to go to Motion Graphics Exchange and get this inertial bounce source code. Please note I can't take any credit for this source code whatsoever. So what you need to do is copy and paste that in, like so, and just minimize everything on the Control 1 layer. And then go Infographic, hit R, obviously you want your X rotation, have Control 1 selected, and pick whip that to the slider control. Again, go to drug abuse, press R, but this time we want a Y rotation, so alt click on the Y rotation and pick whip up to Control 1 like so. You can minimize that now. Now we go to our last layer, the prescription layer, and again hit R, and then choose your X rotation, and then alt click, and then again pick whip up to your control layer like so. Now what we need to do is we need to move this to 4 seconds. Actually, let's make that about 5 seconds, and you need to have have it you need to hit the keyframe on the slider by the drop down list and hitting keyframe. You then want to go down to 0, and you want to input your value, so all of your text is off the screen, so mine will be 107, like so, and as we can see it enters like that. So if I minimize everything and I hit play, you'll get a slow entrance. Obviously that's a bit too slow for what we want, so if we go back into our keyframes, we select this keyframe and we drag it down to about there, we should have a quicker render. So let's do a RAM preview. Again, that's still too slow, so we need to move this keyframe in a bit like that to around just over 2 seconds. Then do another RAM preview. This is really all about trial and error and seeing if you can get it right. So that's about right, but I still think we need that slightly slower. So we'll do another RAM preview, slightly quicker, sorry. And that's more how we want it. And another cool trick you can do is to make a paperish effect on the whole canvas, and you can add all sorts of effects. So I've already got a paper preloaded. So if we go import file and we go JPEG, I've already got my paper image here, and now what we need to do is we need to drag this image onto the composition and make sure it's above everything, and go to your layer blends and make that multiply. So now you've got this kind of effect. So if I do a RAM preview, there we go. And then what I do is I tend to render this as is, 920 by 1080p resolution. You get about a 30 meg file with this. And then what I do is I import it into Windows Movie Maker and add any audio that I want on top. Please comment, rate and subscribe.